right, Shorty. You're packing the Equalizer. Let's see how much of a man you are when you've got a gun.
Start for yours.
You're slow, Ringgold.
Did he draw that quick?
Seems like he did, Johnny. He was putting his gun back in the holster before I saw his hand move.
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brian.
It is estimated that Wyatt Earp took part in more than 100 gunfights during his career as a Western Marshal. He was fast because he had to be, but he shot only in line of duty, and he always tried to disable his man rather than kill him. Marshal Earp had no relish for gunfighting, and he scorned the drink-crazed amateurs or criminal psychopaths who gloried in shooting it out with Colt 45s. They made his job as Marshal of Dodge City the most dangerous on the frontier. Thus, when Wyatt met up with Guns McCallum, he thought he knew just what kind of trouble was heading his way.
All right, free beer. Free beer. Everybody drinks on Jim Kelly. Step right up and get him, fellas. Everybody drinks. Belly up, fellas. And then I want you all to come right on inside. I've got everything in the line of hardware. And a fine collection of guns. Don't forget that.
Call me a circus figure. Turn me loose out like that, fella. I'll go back in there.
No, you're not. Come on. He's too big for you. Kelly!
Kelly! McCallum, in trouble already. Bring him into the store. Was he picking a fight?
Yeah, with a cowhand that weighed 100 pounds more than he did.
That's all I need. My gunsmith in jail on opening day. Well, all right, fellas, just finish your beer and the store will be open in a minute. Now, you promised me no fighting. Now, what is this?
The man called me a circus midget. I don't take that from anybody.
Now, hush now. It's no disgrace being a trifle undersized. I'm not so big myself. Now, Wyatt, if it'll help his case any, McCallum's from your old hometown of Monmouth, Illinois.
Monmouth, huh?
I don't ask no favors on that account.
Oh, McCallum. Say, aren't you the same McCallum that fought in the war with my brother Jim? They called you Guns.
That's right.
He was a sergeant with the Warren County Blues.
I don't ask no favors on that account either. What's the fine?
Well, I'll tell you, there's no fine, Mr. McCallum. You're needed outside. You and I have a little talk.
Fine. He was the best gunsmith in Kansas City.
Or anywhere else.
See there, Wyatt? Big-headed and feisty. Now see if you can talk some sense into his head.
Your granddad, Judge Earp, tried that. How is the judge these days, anyhow?
Well, he's feeling pretty chipped, last I heard.
I warned Mr. Kelly when he hired me in Kansas City. I don't take no lip from anyone. If a man's too big for me to whip with my fists, I got the Equalizer.
Oh, Remington, huh? You mind if I take a look at it?
No. I think it's a better gun than that thing you carry.
Well, they're both fine guns, but you're welcome to your opinion. Say, you got this all ticked up like a Swiss watch. Yeah, and you got your grips counterweighted, too, huh?
That's right. And that way it ain't barrel heavy. Where'd you get that cannon?
Well, that's a special gun that Mr. Ned Buntline had made up by the Colt people. It's very fine for long-range shooting.
Well, I don't want to hurt your feelings since you're an Earp from Monmouth, but if I were you, I'd get an open front holster.
What's that?
It's my own design. I ain't got it patented yet.
You're right, Mr. McCallum. Don't trust anybody. Well, say, how are things back at the college?
Monmouth College?
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't your folks write you?
Not lately.
Oh, well, the judge put your younger brother, Morg, in there. Study law.
Morg?
Sure.
When was that?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Cousin Joe Curtis, he wrote me about, 10 days ago. And he said that Willie Russo...
The store's open. Come in, one and all. Everything in the line of hardware and a special gun department presided over by Mr. McCallum. Oh, where is that fellow?
They must have ducked out. Well, you got a nice place here, Mr. Kelly. Good luck to you.
Yeah, well, what's the hurry, Wyatt? Stick around. Let me show you around.
Where's that cowhand called me a midget?
Ease off, half pint.
Where is he?
Right here, you little squirt.
Drop that gun.
Hold it! Give me that.
Was it a fair play?
Yeah. Nosy fired and missed. Half-point was slow, but he didn't miss.
Who are you calling slow?
Never mind. I'm gonna have a little talk with you. Couple of you men pick him up. Take him over and get him patched up. It's not just that you're from Monmouth, it's... Well, you're working for Jim Kelly, and he's a good friend of mine. Well, look, Mr. Kelly is trying to make a new starter after losing Miss Dora. Did he tell you about her?
No, he didn't.
Well, Miss Dora was killed by a hoodlum from Texas the night before the wedding. Broke Kelly's heart.
I'm sorry, but I don't...
I'm not asking you to be sorry. I'm just asking you to quit thinking like you do. This Equalizer thing.
What's the matter with that?
It'll get you killed, that's what's wrong with it.
Why do you say that?
Because there is no such thing as an equalizer. And you think packing a gun like that is going to even things up?
It sure will.
No, it won't. Men are no more equal in their speed with a gun than they are with muscle and fist-fighting ability.
I took that big cowhand, didn't I?
You think you're fast. Well, let's see how really fast you are.
All right. Go ahead, draw.
No, I'll wait for you.
I don't claim to be as fast as you are.
You're not fast at all, Mr. McCallum. I wasn't even trying to hustle.
I'm as fast as the average man.
Well, that's not fast enough. The way you pick fights, you're not always going to pick the average man, not here in Dodge, anyway.
I got a few tricks. I can speed up my draw. Now, please, Marshal, is it all right if I leave?
Look, will you just do me one favor? Next time a man says something to you about your size, will you come talk to me first? Tell me about it before you go for your gun?
Why?
Because Mr. Kelly needs you. He can't run a gun shop without a gunsmith.
And I'm supposed to take anything off of these drunks just to please Mr. Kelly? No, thanks.
Well, that about does it, Gordon.
Sir. Good night, Mr. Kelly.
Good night.
Evening, Marshal.
Evening. Mr. Kelly, just got your message. Something wrong?
I got something. Guns left it for you. Too bashful to give it to you himself.
Something new, huh? Say, Mr. McCallum's got a good idea here. He should patent it.
Is it really faster?
Well, yeah, it would be if a fella got used to the new motion.
Guns made 2 of them.
2? Why?
He's gonna use the other one himself. Now, what am I gonna do about that fella, Wyatt? I hate to lose a good gunsmith, but I can't have him going around picking fights.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wrote to my grandfather in Monmouth. He and Jim should know all about the fella. You know, maybe something happened to him back there that set him off on the wrong track.
You mean this Equalizer notion?
Yeah. You know, I sure wish that Mr. Tom Jefferson had made it a little plainer when he wrote all men are created equal.
How you mean?
Well, all men are equal in the good Lord's sight. But they sure ain't equal the way this world looks at them.
That's right. But how are we going to convince Guns McCallum?
I don't know yet.
It's like a curse was on me. He fixed 3 pistols and 2 rifles this afternoon. He's a genius.
Marshal!
But he's got the...
Marshal! They need you at the Alamo Saloon.
McCallum again?
Yes, sir. Just shot another cowhand.
You stay here.
Was Guns hurt?
I don't know.
He hit bad?
No, the little shrimp got him in the leg.
All right, what happened this time?
Tex punched Shorty, and they both went to the rack for their guns.
I was faster. I used my quick draw rig.
Let's go to jail. Come on.
What? It was a fair fight. Ask any of them.
Shut up!
I can keep you in jail for 24 hours at my own discretion. Come on.
Thanks, sir.
Can't you let him out in time for work in the morning?
Nope. Not until he promises not to wear a gun.
Sure, and get my nose busted by one of Texas' friends? The marshal's a 6-footer. The boys tell me he's real handy with his fists. He doesn't understand my problem.
Well, you can't fight the whole world, Guns.
You can't even fight Front Street here in Dodge. And you're still slow, even with that trick holster.
With this, I'm as fast as you are. Kelly, I've got the real equalizer now. When he says draw, we draw, right?
Right.
Draw.
How could any man be that fast?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. McCallum, I was hustling a little bit that time. But I think you got a good idea there with that holster, and I want to thank you very much for the one you gave to me.
I gotta think of something faster.
No, just stop being a fool.
Don't call me a fool.
Well, you're not big enough for fisting men, and you're not quick enough to gun them. Well, what does that matter? You're a great gunsmith. Isn't that enough? Wyatt, tell him what you told me about all men being equal only in the sight of the Lord.
Well, he knows that. Just won't accept it.
It ain't fair to be born both slow and small.
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. McCallum, in my humble opinion, the good Lord isn't interested in fist fighting and gunfighting. He wants a man to be big inside.
Well,
you see, fighting's kind of like making more money than you need. They're both mighty low occupations. You can tell what the Lord thinks about them. Fighter's flesh goes to feed the worms, and money often goes to worthless heirs.
I never heard a priest or a preacher sum it up so good. Now, come on, Guns. Admit you've been wrong and promise Wyatt to quit this tomfoolery. He's got a whole bench full of work waiting for him in the morning.
All right, Marshal. I give you my word. I won't get in any more trouble.
Good. You're released.
I'll be giving a thanks offering to both churches in town.
Quick one.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ringgold. Haven't seen you around town much.
You got a church deacon for a marshal. A man would be a fool to come to Dodge for a good time. Uncle Dave still fixing guns?
No, he sold out to Jim Kelly.
I knew it. 30 miles of hard riding and no gunsmith in this miserable cow town.
Well, Kelly got a gunsmith. Shorty McCallum.
Any good?
Kelly swears by him, but he's quick-tempered, Mr. Ringgold.
I don't care about his temper. Just so he can put a new trigger spring in a Colt.
Oh, he can do that, I reckon.
Howdy. You must be Mrs. McCallum.
Yes. You must be Marshal Earp.
Yeah, that's right, ma'am. What's your step there?
Thank you. Your grandfather wired me in Kansas City. Is Perry... Is my husband still here?
Yes, but I think we'd better have a little talk first over at the hotel.
He isn't in any trouble.
No, ma'am.
Thank goodness. Or maybe I should say thank the whole Earp family.
Well, Monmouth people are our folks. We'll have a lot to talk about. Are these your grips?
Yes.
Yeah. Hotel's right over that way, ma'am.
Oh, excuse me. Aren't you Johnny Ringgold from down in San Antonio?
That's right.
Well, I'm Jim Kelly.
Howdy.
You can trust Mr. McCallum to fix you up. He's one of the best.
That's good to know. I can throw some trade his way.
Fine.
It's just the trigger spring, ain't it?
Mostly. But you've been fanning this.
Yeah, we horse around with tin cans.
This gun won't take fanning, mister. Look. It shaved some lead from the bullets.
Yeah.
You may need a new ratchet and a new cylinder.
How long will that take?
A couple hours.
All right. Much obliged, Shorty.
Wait a minute. You sprung the ejector rod casing.
Anything else?
Yeah. You've been firing hand loads in this.
Occasionally, why?
Well, you fired a hand squid, it stuck in a barrel, you fired another one right on top of it. Look. Feel that bulge?
You trying to promote me for a new barrel?
Take it to another gunsmith.
Just like that, huh? Fix it, Shorty. I don't care if it costs more than you, and I'm used to this gun, so you fix it.
I don't think I want to work on your gun, Mr. Ringgold.
Why, you little sawed-off runt. I said fix it!
Mr. Ringgold, McCallum. Now, what's the trouble here?
He says he won't fix my gun.
Trouble? Again? Well, just leave the gun, Mr. Ringgold. He'll get to work on it right away.
He'd better. I'll be back in a couple of hours. Have it ready.
That's Johnny Ringgold. He's a killer. You trying to commit suicide?
I ain't afraid of him. I gave you and Earp my word. I'll try and fix it.
Now, that's acting sensible.
And we just never had a peaceful day. It's not my fault I'm bigger than he is. Not that I ever cared about size or what people say. But I knew he was sensitive about it. Maybe he should have married a small woman. But I love him, and here I am.
Well, did you leave Mr. McCallum, or did he leave you?
I left him.
Now you want him back?
Yes. I traced him to Kansas City, and I wrote Judge Earp. That's how he was able to wire me about his being here in Dodge City. Do you think we can make it up?
Well, he's got a lot of pride. Too much pride. He's already wounded 2 men in gunfights.
Account of me, I guess.
Why do you say that?
My refusal to understand his grudge against life.
You know, Grandpa Earp used to tell us boys that the unfairness of life was just one more good reason for believing in God. Would all be evened up in his own good time. Look, I think I better talk to Mr. McCallum. He'll know it was a put-up job, your being here, and I want him to blame me, not you.
Thank you, Mr. Earp. I'll wait here and hope.
Back room. Got a rush job, Wyatt.
Well, I won't take too long.
Marshal?
I, got some news for you.
What?
Your wife's in town.
Oh?
Yeah, I sent a wire to my grandfather in Monmouth. He got a message to her. I guess she can bawl me out for meddling.
Why'd she come?
She wants to kiss and make up. Well, that is, if you're willing.
I'll have to think it over.
Well, she expects that. She's waiting for you over at the Dodge Hotel.
She feels sorry for me, huh?
No, she doesn't. Why should anybody feel sorry for you? You're enjoying good health, aren't you? You got a job with one of the real men here in town. No. The only one that pities you is you. I'll see you later.
Wyatt, McCallum almost had a fight with Johnny Ringgold.
Oh, no, not him. Fast gun and a good time.
But Guns remembered his promise. He calmed down and agreed to work on Ringgold's 45.
Good for him. Thought I was going to have to arrest Mr. Ringgold.
Oh, no. Now, you be polite to Johnny. He can send me a lot of customers.
If you'll be polite to me.
Guns, you finished it?
Yeah, all except the barrel.
Why not the barrel?
Factory didn't send any 5.5-inch barrels. Anyway, I couldn't put in a new barrel in less than half a day.
Well, we'll explain to Johnny that...
You explain to Johnny. I'm going to meet someone at the hotel.
Now...
If I stay here, I'll get in a fight with Ringgold. Is that what you want?
No. I'll handle it.
Hello, Martha.
Hello, Perry.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. Well?
I never lied to you, Martha. I want us back together again.
So do I. Very much.
But you've got to hear the rest of it. I walked away from a fight just now.
You must have had your reasons.
With a gunfighter named John Ringgold. I left Mr. Kelly to argue with him.
Mr. Kelly, he won't get hurt.
I don't know. But Marshal Earp says I should quit fighting. What do you say, Martha?
With fists and guns, yes. But deep inside you, never stop fighting. Not for yourself, or me, or anyone that the world tries to bully.
All right, Martha. Let's leave this town.
And don't think you can make excuses for Shorty. I told him to have the gun ready when I came for it.
I told you. He couldn't. The factory didn't send...
How do you know? Shorty could have a dozen barrels stashed away.
No, Mr. Ringgold.
Save your breath. I've got another gun that works real good. Where can I find Shorty?
I don't know. You see...
Never mind. I'll find him.
Gordon, go tell Wyatt the Ringgold's looking for McCallum.
Yes, sir.
Oh, here they come now, Perry. Will you relax?
Wait here, Martha.
Perry,
He wasn't so little, I'd...
stop that!
Keep out of this, Martha. It's only fair to warn you, Ringgold, I've got a gun.
Oh, you have? Well, draw it. I'm waiting, little man.
Start for yours.
All right.
Perry, are you hurt?
No!
Is that your gun?
No, sir, it's his.
Did he try and draw on you?
He most certainly did. He slapped Perry's face. Perry warned him he was armed, but he started to draw his pistol from his belt. Perry shot first, but it was in self-defense.
All right, some of you men pick him up, take him over to the dock. Rest of you men, break it up. Go on, break it up. You used a hidden gun, huh?
Yes, sir. A new rig of mine.
You think this makes you equal to him as a gunfighter, huh?
No, sir. Just tricky.
Well, Mr. McCallum, I'm going to have to keep you in jail for a while.
Jail? Why should he go to jail?
Because Ringgold's got at least 12 friends in this town. He can't kill them all.
But Perry only shot him...
Martha. He's doing this for my own protection. Don't argue with Marshal Earp.
All right. Just as you say. But it isn't fair. Why do these things always happen to us?
Well, ma'am, that's about the way things usually turn out. Could have been worse. This string might not have worked. You'd have been a widow.
Well,
trail. He cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be